Harley-Davidson FXE Shovelhead, listed for $10,000 in La Puente, California, is a beautifully rebuilt example of one of Harley's most iconic 1970s models. With extensive new parts, upgraded controls, and a clean near-show quality finish, this FXE stands as a strong, ride-ready shovelhead for anyone wanting reliability, style, and classic American V-twin character. Described as pretty much all rebuilt, this is a machine that blends originality with thoughtful customization, a bike built to ride, not just display. The FXE Super Glide has always held a special place in Harley-Davidson history. Introduced in the early 1970s as part of Willie G. Davidson's design push, the FX platform combined the lighter front end of the Sportster with the big twin power of Harley's larger engines. The result was a sleek, responsive, and distinctly stylish motorcycle that still carries huge appeal today. And when powered by a shovelhead, the FXE becomes one of the most authentic expressions of 1970s American motorcycling. This 1974 FXE has undergone a comprehensive rebuild. According to the seller, almost everything is new, a valuable trait for anyone familiar with shovelheads, where reliability depends heavily on careful mechanical refreshing. Rebuilt motors, updated electrical systems, refurbished drivetrains, and upgraded hardware can easily turn a 50-year-old motorcycle into a dependable weekend rider. While the listing does not detail every replaced component, new everything typically indicates fresh seals, gaskets, lines, wiring, and mechanical service throughout the bike. Visually, the motorcycle presents like new, with abundant chrome and a clean, polished finish. Chrome was a hallmark of custom Harley culture in the 1970s and 1980s, and this FXE leans into that heritage with a reflective, show-ready style. The shovelhead engine cases appear polished, the pipes present cleanly, and the overall stance suggests care and attention to detail. One notable upgrade is the conversion from forward controls to mid-controls. This change dramatically improves ergonomics, especially for riders who want more control and balance at slower speeds or in city environments. Mid-controls give a more natural riding posture, closer to the bike's center of gravity, and are particularly appreciated by riders who want better brake and shift feel. It also supports a more classic FXE riding position rather than a stretched forward cruiser stance. Mechanically, the seller notes that the bike rides good, which is always encouraging. Rebuilt shovelheads vary widely in quality depending on who performed the work, but the owner's confidence, paired with the new everything description, suggests this bike has been properly sorted. However, the seller is transparent about one important administrative detail. The bike is in the California DMV system, but it still needs to be inspected by the CHP because the engine numbers serve as the VIN on motorcycles of this era. This is not uncommon for 1970s Harleys, as many were registered by engine number rather than frame number. The bike simply needs the inspection to finalize the state's VIN verification. For most California buyers, this is a procedural but manageable step, especially valuable since the bike is already recognized in the system and isn't facing back fees or paperwork issues. The seller also notes that they love the bike but want to transition to a more chopper-like chopper. This honesty gives insight into why the bike is being sold. Not mechanical problems, not title trouble, but simply a change in personal style. The FXE is more of a factory custom cruiser than a radical chopper, so it's natural for riders drawn to long forks, sissy bars, and rigid frames to eventually move toward a pure chopper build. With its clean chrome, fresh rebuild, mid-control setup, and polished shovelhead character, this FXE offers tremendous value at the $10,000 price point. Many shovelheads in this range require extensive work, carry questionable paperwork, or lack the refinements needed to be dependable. This one appears to have the right mechanical attention, the right presentation, and the right style for someone wanting a turnkey vintage Harley. Located in La Puente, California, this FXE sits in a region known for its strong motorcycle culture, abundant shops, and ideal year-round riding climate. With just the CHP inspection left to complete, this bike is poised to become a reliable daily cruiser or eye-catching weekend machine. The 1974 Harley-Davidson FXE Shovelhead, $10,000, La Puente, California. Rebuilt. Chrome-rich. Classic shovelhead style. A near-new 1970s FXE ready for its next rider. The 1993 Harley-Davidson Evo Hardtail, listed for $9,000 in La Verne, California, is a striking custom-built machine powered by a strong 98 CISS Evolution engine and designed with the raw, minimalist character only a true hardtail can deliver. With only 2,000 miles single-owner history and a list of premium components, this bike blends modern Evo reliability with old-school custom charm. While titled as a 1993 Harley-Davidson, the seller notes it is a Gilroy custom hardtail, meaning the motorcycle was built on a custom frame but retains a Harley-Davidson identity for registration. Critically, the seller emphasizes that the bike is not special construction, which is a major advantage for California buyers. No SB 100 hassles, no complex inspections, and no registration complications. Clean paperwork on a custom motorcycle in California is a huge plus. Under the tank sits a 98 CI Evolution motor, one of the most respected engines in the American V-twin world. Known for strong torque, dependable cooling, and long-term durability, the SNS Evo delivers classic Harley rumble with upgraded internal strength. The larger 98-inch displacement provides more power and smoother pull than a stock Evo, making this bike fast, responsive, and exceptionally fun to ride. The engine is paired with a 5-speed transmission, giving the bike versatile gearing for both city cruising and highway speeds. Smooth shifting, robust gearing, and the Evo's torque-rich power band make the bike feel lively without being unpredictable. This combination is highly sought after among custom Harley riders looking for modern reliability wrapped in vintage styling. The motorcycle has received a full service, ensuring that fluids, tuning, and mechanical adjustments are up to date. With just 2,000 miles on the build, this bike is barely broken in. The low mileage, combined with recent servicing, gives the next owner confidence in long-term dependability. Visually, the bike stands out with its custom black paint, which appears clean, deep, and professionally finished. Black on a hardtail chopper always creates a bold, aggressive look, and paired with chrome details and exposed components, the bike carries a timeless, no-nonsense aesthetic. The lean frame, slim tank, and minimalist rear fender highlight the raw mechanical beauty of the Evo engine. One of the most noticeable features is the 23-inch front wheel, which gives the motorcycle a tall, chopper-like presence. The oversized wheel, combined with a hardtail frame, produces a stretched and raked silhouette that commands attention anywhere it goes. This wheel choice also improves straight-line stability and adds a modern flair to the otherwise classic custom build. Being a true hardtail, the bike delivers the pure, direct riding experience that custom chopper enthusiasts love. No rear suspension means power is transferred directly through the frame, giving the ride a firm, connected feel with every throttle twist. Hardtails aren't for everyone. They're for riders who appreciate feedback, simplicity, and an unfiltered connection to the road. Despite its stripped-down appearance, the bike retains good riding ergonomics. The handlebar placement appears neutral and comfortable, the mid-forward control setup offers stability, and the saddle is shaped for a reasonable riding position. This is a bike meant for cruising, for bar-to-bar rides, for shows, and for riders who want something truly unique without sacrificing basic comfort. The overall construction quality is evident. Clean welds, aligned geometry, premium part selection, and a cohesive visual theme. Nothing looks out of place or mismatched. The build strikes a balance between custom creativity and practical functionality, a trait often missing in lower-end custom builds. Located in La Verne, California, this bike sits in a region surrounded by excellent riding terrain. Whether taking it through the canyons, cruising downtown areas, or parking it at local bike nights, this Evo hardtail has the presence and performance to stand out. Southern California's year-round riding weather makes it an ideal home for a machine like this, where custom bikes are part of the local culture. At $9,000, the asking price reflects the value of an S and S-powered custom hardtail with clean California paperwork, a combination that's getting harder to find. Evo-based customs remain highly desirable due to their reliability, power, and ease of maintenance. For riders who want a chopper with modern internals and vintage attitude, this is a compelling package. The 1993 Harley-Davidson Evo hardtail, $9,000, La Verne, California. 98 CI SNS power. Custom frame. Low miles, clean title, and pure hardtail character. The 1977 Harley-Davidson FXE 1200 Shovelhead, listed for $10,000 in Encino, California, is a heavily upgraded, professionally built custom that blends vintage Shovelhead soul with modern performance and reliability enhancements. With a clean California title, current registration, and numbers matching frame and engine, this FXE stands out as an authentic 1977 Harley-Davidson that has been transformed from the ground up. The FXE Super Glide platform is one of Harley's most iconic shovelhead models, known for its stripped-down styling, strong 1,200 cubic centimeters motor, and balanced riding geometry. What makes this particular example special is the extensive list of upgrades and professional work performed by top-tier Los Angeles custom shops. This isn't a simple refresh. Nearly every component on the motorcycle has been touched, improved, rebuilt, or replaced. Starting with the heart of the machine, the engine has undergone a full top-end rebuild and is now 0.0 20-inch plus over, giving it fresh compression and enhanced performance. A hot cam and solid lifters sharpen the engine's response and deliver the raw, mechanical shovelhead character riders expect. The seller has paired these upgrades with a new SNS Super E carburetor, a proven performance carb that dramatically improves throttle response, startups, and tuning stability. Power is transferred through a 2-inch BDL open belt drive, model SHS 600, featuring electric start, giving the bike a true custom aesthetic while adding reliability and easier maintenance. The presence of both electric and kick start options gives riders flexibility and preserves the old-school Harley experience. The transmission is the original ratchet top 4-speed, a highly desirable component for collectors and shovelhead purists. This gearbox provides the unmistakable mechanical clunk and solid engagement that define vintage Harley shifting. Suspension-wise, the bike is equipped with a 6-over front end, stretching the stance and giving the FXE a classic West Coast custom look. Handling remains predictable, while the extended forks provide a distinctive silhouette that sets the bike apart visually. The braking system includes a Performance Machine rear brake, a major upgrade over stock Harley components. Performance Machine is known for precision machining and strong braking performance, adding confidence and safety to a bike with significantly increased power and modernized components. To keep temperatures under control, the motorcycle features a high-flow air cleaner and oil cooler setup from Sugar Baby Cycles, a reputable brand within the LA custom scene. Combined with the SNS carb and upgraded internals, this ensures the shovelhead runs cooler and more efficiently, key for long-term reliability. The finishing touches elevate this build even further. A custom seat from Wilder Factory, mid/high foot controls for main drive cycles, and a collection of premium parts from Prism Supply, including 10-inch T-bars, jackhammer grips, a super throttle assembly, a left-hand mirror, and tail light, give the bike a cohesive, high-end custom aesthetic. The wiring harness has been simplified, reducing clutter and improving long-term reliability. A fully custom 2-into-1 exhaust featuring a Slim's Fab South Bay header collector delivers a deep, aggressive exhaust note and enhances performance, all while matching the bike's custom look. Cosmetically, the motorcycle received a professional paint job by Vicious Cycles LA, one of Southern California's most respected motorcycle painters. The tank and fender paint is clean, deep, and show quality, the kind of finish that instantly elevates a custom build above typical garage projects. All mechanical work, including the engine rebuild, was performed by Lucky Wheels Garage, a well-known LA motorcycle workshop trusted by riders who demand precision craftsmanship. Shy's Garage handled tune-ups, ensuring the bike runs properly, idles cleanly, and performs consistently. The result is a 1977 FXE that retains its roots, numbers matching original ratchet-top transmission, shovelhead engine, while benefiting from modern upgrades, professional craftsmanship, and premium aftermarket components. This bike delivers both performance and authenticity, making it ideal for riders who want vintage Harley character without sacrificing reliability. Located in Encino, California, this FXE sits in the heart of the custom motorcycle culture, where craftsmanship, style, and performance converge. Whether for canyon rides, weekend cruising, or showcasing at local bike meets, this shovelhead stands as a fully sorted, expertly curated machine. The 1977 Harley-Davidson FXE 1200 shovelhead, $10,000, Encino, California. Numbers matching. Professionally built. A fully upgraded shovelhead with modern performance and timeless soul. Harley-Davidson Panhead chopper, listed for $15,800 in Carlsbad, California, is an extraordinarily clean, matching numbers Klasik that blends genuine 1950s Harley heritage with thoughtful chopper-era customization. With a rebuilt primary, recent upgrades, and a frame from Harley's first-year Softail line, this machine represents a rare fusion of authenticity, reliability, and timeless custom style. For collectors and serious riders, this is a panhead that stands out far above typical backyard builds. Panheads from 1950 are among the most coveted vintage Harley engines ever produced. Their smooth-running overhead valve design, iconic finned heads, and unmistakable exhaust character have made them legendary among Harley purists and custom builders alike. The fact that this motorcycle carries matching engine numbers is a significant value factor. Original, matched panhead cases are becoming increasingly rare as decades pass. This bike sits in a 1958 Harley-Davidson frame, historically notable as the first year of Harley's swing-arm, Softail-style chassis. Although not a modern Softail, the 1958 frame introduced a rear suspension design that dramatically improved ride comfort compared to earlier rigid frames. For a panhead chopper, using a 58 frame offers the best of both worlds, genuine vintage Harley hardware with improved geometry and smoother ride quality. The seller notes that the motorcycle is used like new, and based on the description, the bike has received significant recent investment, including a major primary update within the last year. A refreshed primary keeps the panhead running reliably and reduces one of the most common maintenance issues in vintage big twins. For anyone who knows panheads, a properly rebuilt primary is worth its weight in gold when it comes to long-term dependability. This chopper has also received several new components in the last year, including updated front forks, refreshed front brakes, new control setup, a Kickstarter edition, electric start retained. These upgrades were performed by House of Horsepower in Escondido, a reputable shop that specializes in Harley performance and vintage builds. Knowing that a professional shop handled the mechanical work is a major reassurance for buyers, especially with a 74-year-old motor at the heart of the bike. The inclusion of both kick and electric start is a perfect blend of tradition and convenience. Riders who enjoy the nostalgic ritual of kickstarting an old panhead can do so, while those who prefer the ease of electric starting, especially in traffic or on warm days, have that option as well. The seller jokes that the electric start is especially nice, for you older guys like me, a humorous nod to the panhead's vintage roots. The paint, estimated to be 5 to 6 years old, presents very well according to the seller. Chopper paintwork can vary widely in quality, but a relatively recent paint job on a clean, classic frame typically indicates good care and indoor storage. The overall stance of the motorcycle, early frame, classic chopper lines, modern usability upgrades, suggests a bike built thoughtfully rather than rushed together. The seller emphasizes that they have over $20,000 invested in the build, making the $15,800 asking price very reasonable for what's included. Panhead engines alone often command extremely high prices on the vintage market, especially when matched, verified, and running. Add the upgrades, the professional work, and the clean title, and the value becomes even clearer. This motorcycle is being sold with a clean title in hand, and the seller strictly requests cash only, typical for rare vintage Harley sales where the buyer wants to avoid delays and complications. They also know twice that if my ad is up, it's available, signaling a straightforward, no-nonsense sales approach. Located in Carlsbad, California, this panhead lives in a region known for its year-round riding climate, strong motorcycle culture, and coastal roads that perfectly suit a classic V-twin cruiser. Whether taken to shows, vintage meets, or weekend rides down Pacific Coast Highway, this panhead will command respect from riders who know exactly what it represents, a rare and authentic piece of Harley-Davidson history that's still ready for real-world riding. For collectors searching for a genuine panhead with matching numbers, a historically significant frame, fresh mechanical work, and tasteful chopper style, this bike checks every box. It's vintage without being fragile, custom without being overbuilt, and classic without sacrificing usability. The 1950 Harley-Davidson Panhead Chopper, $15,800, Carlsbad, California. Matching numbers. Updated primary. Vintage style with modern reliability. A beautifully preserved and professionally maintained piece of American motorcycle history. And Shovelhead custom-built chopper, listed for $12,500 in Cypress, California, is a true 1970s style rigid frame chopper, long, lean, and dripping with authentic period attitude. Powered by an 80 cubic inch Shovelhead engine and built with a full suite of new or rebuilt components, this machine represents the raw, stripped-down spirit of old-school American custom culture. With only 300 miles on the current build, it stands as a strong, reliable, and legally registered rider ready for its next owner. This chopper captures everything riders love about 1970s custom Harley builds: a rigid frame, stretched front end, minimalist silhouette, deep mechanical rumble, and the unmistakable sound and feel of a Shovelhead V-twin. The The seller notes that the bike is titled in Vermont, meaning it legally requires no speedometer and no turn signals, a common approach for custom chopper registrations. Yet it also comes with a California pink slip, confirming that the bike is fully legal and titled as a 1995 Shovelhead for registration purposes. In California, having clean paperwork on a custom chopper is a major advantage. At the heart of this motorcycle is the 1979/1980 ADCI Shovelhead engine, one of Harley-Davidson's most iconic power plants. Known for its torque-heavy character and unmistakable top-end clatter, the Shovelhead delivers a raw and mechanical riding experience no modern engine can replicate. This one is paired with a 4-speed transmission, the correct setup for a genuine period chopper. Whether cruising around town or running highway speeds, the Shovelhead/4 speed combination provides a deeply engaging, analog riding feel. This build features a jockey shift, a true old-school setup where the rider shifts manually with a hand lever while the foot operates a suicide clutch. This isn't a bike for beginners, it's a machine for riders who want the authentic, mechanical ritual of classic chopper riding. The jockey shift experience is physical, rhythmic, and unique. It transforms every ride into something ceremonial. The frame is a classic rigid frame, delivering the cleanest possible chopper silhouette. No rear suspension means a direct, connected feel to the road. Riders who seek comfort won't understand it, but real chopper enthusiasts know. The rigid stance is part of the art, part of the attitude, and part of the lifestyle. Up front, the bike uses a 41mm wide glide front end, extended 6 inches over stock. This stretched forward geometry gives the motorcycle its long-nosed chopper appearance while still maintaining predictable handling. The wide glide runs a drum brake, keeping the vintage-correct aesthetic intact. In the rear, the bike is equipped with a disc brake, giving it modern stopping power where it matters most. Fuel and air delivery are handled by an SNS supercarburetor, one of the most respected performance carbs in the Harley aftermarket world. This ensures crisp throttle response, easier tuning, and reliable starting. Supporting that is an electronic ignition for cleaner spark and reduced maintenance compared to points-based systems. The chopper also features both a Cannonball stealth starter and a traditional kickstarter, giving riders the flexibility to start the bike however they prefer. The Cannonball starter is a premium upgrade known for its power and reliability, a huge improvement for anyone tired of kicking a big-inch V-twin on cold mornings. The bike is described as having everything either new or rebuilt, which is significant for a custom chopper. Many rigid frame customs come with mixed-condition, mismatched parts, but this build appears cohesive, clean, and mechanically refreshed. The black exterior minimalist controls, narrow bars, solo seat, and exposed mechanical hardware all combine to give the bike a raw, industrial look that matches its heritage. The motorcycle's overall stance, long front end, rigid rear, narrow tank, slim fender, and clean lines, shows a build shaped by classic chopper principles rather than modern design trends. This is a motorcycle built to be ridden, admired, and appreciated for its mechanical soul. Located in Cypress, California, this Shovelhead chopper lives in the heart of one of the strongest custom motorcycle cultures in the world. Southern California is home to the legends of chopper history, from early garage builders to independent fabricators, and a bike like this fits perfectly into that lineage. At $12,500, the asking price reflects the value of a fresh-build Shovelhead chopper with premium parts, legal paperwork, and authentic period-correct design. For riders and collectors who appreciate true vintage custom Harley craftsmanship, this machine offers exceptional character and endless style. The 1979 Harley-Davidson Shovelhead Custom Chopper, $12,500, Cypress, California. Rigid frame. Jockey shift. ADCI Shovelhead power. A real-deal 1970s style chopper built to ride and built to last. Sportster 1200, listed for $5,000 in La Mesa, California, is a heavily upgraded, hardtail converted custom build powered by a Hammer Performance 1,275 cubic centimeters big bore engine kit. With only 1,200 miles since the build, premium components throughout, and a clean, aggressive stance, this Sportster represents one of the most performance-oriented and visually striking Evo choppers available in its price range. The base of the motorcycle is a 1989 Evolution-powered Sportster, a legendary platform known for durability, simplicity, and broad aftermarket support. But this bike is far from stock. Its most significant upgrade is the Hammer Performance 1275 cubic centimeters big bore kit, a high-compression, performance-driven package that pushes the Evo motor into a whole new level of power. Hammer kits are well known for delivering significant gains in torque, throttle response, and top-end performance. For riders who want an Evo Sportster that pulls hard, revs fast, and sounds aggressive, the 1275 upgrade is a premium choice. Feeding the big bore motor is an Arlen Ness air cleaner, a high-flow intake that improves breathing and contributes to stronger acceleration. Arlen Ness components are respected across the V-twin world for both functional performance and sleek, aesthetic design. Combined with the 1275 kit, the air cleaner ensures the motor gets the airflow it needs to make real power. But this motorcycle isn't just about horsepower, it's also a true hardtail chopper. The bike features a lead sled hardtail kit, one of the most trusted and best-known hardtail conversions available for the Sportster platform. Lead sled kits are famous for clean welds, proper geometry, and a stance that retains stability even after removing rear suspension. The listing notes that the bike is stretched and lowered, giving it an aggressive, long, low-profile classic to modern chopper culture. The hardtail frame transforms the Sportster from a comfortable factory cruiser into a raw, minimalist machine with immediate road feel. Hardtails eliminate the complexity of rear suspension in favor of a rigid, direct connection between rider and pavement. The result is unmistakable, a simplified bike with a silhouette that looks custom-built from the ground up. Supporting the build are various built-well parts, which likely include bars, pegs, risers, grips, or other components. Built-well is one of the most popular brands in the chopper and custom Harley community, known for producing high-quality, stylish parts that match the aesthetics and ergonomics of modern custom builds. Their components help refine the bike's cockpit and overall usability. Stopping power gets a major performance upgrade as well. The bike is fitted with Brembo brake calipers, a rare and valuable addition on a Sportster chopper. Brembo brakes are widely regarded as the top tier in braking performance, delivering significantly more stopping power and better modulation than stock Harley units. On a hardtail with a powerful big-bore engine, having high-quality brakes is more than just an upgrade. It's a major safety and control improvement. Visually, the bike sports a blue exterior, giving it a clean, classic look that contrasts nicely with the raw metal of the hardtail and the mechanical components of the drivetrain. The stance is unmistakable, long, low, and purposeful, with an aesthetic that blends vintage chopper attitude with modern performance hardware. This is not a budget chop, it's a professionally assembled custom with thoughtful part selection. The seller describes the bike simply as a super cool bike, and notes that they just don't ride it anymore. That's often the story with custom hardtails. They're built with passion, ridden for a while, and eventually passed to the next owner, who will continue the legacy. The seller also emphasizes that if it's up, it's available, indicating a straightforward sale with no games or hidden issues. Located in La Mesa, California, this Sportster sits in a region with great riding roads, a strong custom bike culture, and ideal weather almost year-round. Hardtail bikes fit right into Southern California's scene, from coastal rides to weekend meetups to bike nights. This Sportster has the personality and presence to stand out anywhere it goes. At $5,000, the asking price is extremely fair for a Sportster that includes a Hammer 1275 kit, lead sled hardtail, Brembo brakes, and premium aftermarket accessories. For riders seeking a powerful, unique, and well-built chopper without spending custom shop money, this is a standout option. The 1989 Harley-Davidson Sportster 1200 hardtail, $5,000, La Mesa, California. 1,275 cubic centimeters big bore power. Lead sled hardtail. Brembo brakes. A clean, fast, and aggressive custom Harley ready for its next rider. Harley-Davidson Sportster XLCH Ironhead Chopper Bobber, listed for $6,500 in Malibu, California, is a raw and character-filled vintage build that blends old-school Harley attitude with a stripped-down custom bobber aesthetic. With its natural patina, classic rigid stance, and unmistakable Ironhead rumble, this is the kind of motorcycle that embodies the heart of garage-built American culture. Sportsters from the 1970s are known for their rugged personality, mechanical simplicity, and unmistakable sound. The XLCH variant, in particular, carried Harley's competition-hot identity, lighter, quicker, and more aggressive than its XLH counterparts. This 1976 model represents the final era of the Ironhead lineage before Harley transitioned to the Evolution engine in the mid-1980s. For many enthusiasts, The Ironhead remains the most iconic Sportster engine ever built, raw, mechanical, and full of character. The bike shown here has been transformed into a bobber-style chopper, embracing the minimalist philosophy that defines true backyard customs. From the moment you see it, the bike's presence is unmistakable. Tall, ape-hanger bars, a narrow tank with hand-painted numbers, exposed mechanical lines, and a stance that feels gritty and authentic. The natural patina across the tank, frame, and components gives it a lived-in personality, the kind you can't fake with fresh paint. This isn't a showroom queen. It's a bike that looks like it has stories to tell. According to the seller, the motorcycle features new tires, which is a significant upgrade for any Ironhead owner. Fresh rubber means better grip, safer riding, and one less maintenance concern for the next owner. The bike's wheels, with cream-colored rims and spokes showing honest age, add to the vintage rat bike aesthetic that many collectors seek today. Mechanically, the bike is equipped with an SNS Super E carburetor, one of the most respected performance carbs in the Harley aftermarket world. The Super E is known for strong throttle response, easier tuning, and improved reliability compared to stock Ironhead carbs. This upgrade alone significantly improves the bike's usability and riding feel. The seller notes that it recently received fresh oil and a service, ensuring that basic maintenance is up to date. With Ironheads, regular service is essential, and the fact that this bike has been attended to suggests it has been kept in rideable condition rather than neglected as a static project. The photo shows a machine that embraces its gritty identity. Wrapped pipes, aged paint, a slim solo seat, and a simple rear fender setup that completes the bobber silhouette. The tall handlebars give the bike an aggressive chopper stance, while the mid-mount or slightly rear set controls keep the riding ergonomics practical enough for short coastal rides. The vintage tires, exposed wiring, and metal finishes give the bike an authentic, run-what-you-brung vibe, the kind of look associated with riders who build, ride, and refine their own bikes by hand. The rear drum brake, narrow front end, and spoked wheels maintain the true old-school feel. Even the tank badges and small details like stickers, paint wear, and aged hardware contribute to the bike's unique character. If you're into perfectly polished restorations, this isn't your bike. But if you appreciate honest patina, garage-built charm, and a motorcycle that looks the way old Harley should look, then this Sportster hits the mark. Located in Malibu, California, this Ironhead lives in an area synonymous with coastal cruising, canyon carving, and a thriving custom motorcycle scene. Riding an old-school bobber through Malibu Canyon or along the Pacific Coast Highway isn't just transportation, it's an experience. The raw Ironhead sound bouncing off the cliffs, the mechanical vibration, the vintage style. All of it creates a riding experience modern motorcycles can't match. At $6,500, the price is fair for a running Ironhead bobber with aesthetic character, recent service, new tires, and an SNS carb. Ironheads have become increasingly collectible in recent years, especially custom bobber or chopper builds that retain mechanical honesty. Clean-running, titled Sportsters from the 70s are becoming harder to find, and prices have been climbing steadily. Overall, this bike is for someone who wants a Harley with personality, not a show-polished restoration, but a real machine with attitude, grit, and soul. It's for riders who enjoy the sound, vibration, and mechanical presence that only an Ironhead can deliver. The 1976 Harley-Davidson Sportster XLCH Ironhead Chopper Bobber, $6,500, Malibu, California. Patina, personality, and pure old-school Harley character. A true rider's bobber ready for its next chapter. Davidson FLH, listed for $10,750 in San Diego, California, is a rare and compelling hybrid-era classic often referred to as a pan shovel, a transitional build that combines the iconic Panhead lower end with the early Shovelhead-style top end. For collectors who appreciate authentic post-war Harley craftsmanship, and for riders who want a real-deal vintage machine that still runs strong, this 1953 FLH offers remarkable value and mechanical character. The 1953 FLH occupies an important place in Harley-Davidson history. These were the final years of the early Panhead era, a time when Harley refined its overhead valve design and solidified the Hydroglide front suspension as a defining feature of American touring motorcycles. The Panhead engine remains one of the most iconic power plants Harley ever built, celebrated for its smoothness, classic styling, and unmistakable valve cover design. This particular motorcycle takes things a step further with what appears to be a pan-shovel configuration, a Panhead bottom end paired with a shovel-style top end. These hybrids were common among custom Harley builders during the 1960s and 1970s and are now highly appreciated by enthusiasts for their raw torque, reliability improvements, and unmistakable vintage sound. The seller notes the bike is a good-running 1953 pan shovel, confirming it is in rideable condition, a major advantage for a 70-year-old motorcycle. Fuel delivery is handled by an SNS Super E carburetor, one of the most respected performance carbs in the Harley aftermarket. The Super E provides faster starts, better throttle response, and improved efficiency compared to original factory units. It's a tried-and-true upgrade that dramatically improves the usability of older Harley engines, especially Panheads and Shovelheads. Charging duty is managed by a cycle-electric generator, another top-tier component widely praised for reliability and long service life. Cycle-electric units are known for clean output, stable charging at low RPMs, and trouble-free operation, all essential features for older V-twins that weren't designed with modern electrical demands in mind. Combined with the SNS carb, these upgrades create a strong-running engine with far greater dependability than a stock 53 setup. The motorcycle features early JD-style floorboards, a standout vintage detail that adds both functionality and classic styling. These larger, more robust floorboards are reminiscent of Harley's early 20th century touring models, enhancing comfort and period authenticity. It's a detail that vintage Harley fans will immediately recognize. Up front, the bike sports a very nice Hydroglide front end, one of the most celebrated pieces of Harley engineering ever produced. The Hydroglide introduced hydraulic damping to Harley's big twin line in the late 1940s and became instantly iconic for its smooth ride, distinctive fork design, and long-term reliability. Having a clean, well-preserved Hydroglide front end is a strong value addition, as original units are becoming more difficult to find in good condition. At 10,000 miles, the odometer reading reflects either long-term ownership or a major reset during the engine's rebuild or hybrid conversion. Mileage tends to be secondary on vintage builds like this. What matters more is mechanical condition, and the seller explicitly states the bike runs well, which is exactly what buyers look for in a post-war Harley. The bike carries a clean title in hand, and with 3+ owners, it has clearly seen multiple caretakers over the decades, a normal and expected history for a motorcycle built in 1953. Ownership changes are common among vintage Harleys, especially those with hybrid configurations, as they often circulate among custom builders, collectors, and serious enthusiasts. Cosmetically, the motorcycle wears a red exterior, a classic color often seen on vintage touring Harleys. Red highlights the sweeping lines of the FLH frame and pairs beautifully with chrome components, polished aluminum, and the exposed mechanical elements of the pan, shovel motor. Although the listing does not detail paint condition extensively, the bike presents well and maintains the timeless visual appeal vintage FLH models are known for. Located in San Diego, California, this Harley resides in a region known for perfect riding weather, coastal roads, and an active vintage motorcycle community. Panheads and shovel-era hybrids are especially appreciated in Southern California, where the culture values both the mechanical history and the custom DNA that runs through classic Harley builds. At $10,750, this 1953 FLH is priced attractively for a running pan, shovel with modern upgrades, a clean title, and vintage-correct details. Collectors searching for an authentic mid-century Harley with real road capability, not just a display piece, will immediately recognize the value in this motorcycle. The 1953 Harley-Davidson FLH, $10,750, San Diego, California. Pan, shovel power. Hydroglide style. Classic American heritage. A strong-running, well-preserved vintage Harley ready for its next caretaker. Sportster 1200, listed for $4,000 in San Clemente, California, is a raw, stripped-down custom chopper built from a mix of proven Harley components and aftermarket hardware. Powered by a strong 1,200 cubic centimeters Sportster engine and sitting on a classic Paco rigid frame with wide glide front forks, this bike delivers the true old-school chopper experience, mechanical, minimal, uncompromising, and full of attitude. At its core, this motorcycle runs a 1994 Sportster 1200 engine and transmission, a setup known for reliability, simplicity, and broad aftermarket support. The Evolution Sportster motors from this era are famous for their ruggedness and strong torque delivery, making them a favorite for lightweight chopper builds. They are easy to maintain, easy to upgrade, and capable of racking up miles when properly serviced. The front end uses an unknown-year dyno wide glide fork, giving the bike a tall, stretched stance that matches the classic West Coast chopper silhouette. Wide glide forks are typically longer, offering a more aggressive rake and a clean, uncluttered aesthetic. Paired with a skinny front wheel and a rigid rear, the geometry creates a long, lean profile that's instantly recognizable. The frame is a Paco hardtail, which is a major plus for chopper builders and custom enthusiasts. Paco is one of the most respected aftermarket frame manufacturers in the Harley world, known for strong welds, reliable geometry, and decades of use in everything from garage builds to show bikes. A Paco frame adds legitimacy and quality to any custom build, and it's a major selling point for riders who value craftsmanship and dependability. The seller notes that the bike has recently received a new starter and a fresh oil change, ensuring clean internal lubrication and reliable starting, both crucial for any rigid frame custom motorcycle. Mechanically, the owner states clearly, this bike needs nothing mechanically. That's an important statement for chopper buyers, since many customs require constant adjustment or repair. Here, the major mechanical concerns have already been handled. Cosmetically, the bike has a rough, patina-heavy appearance. The seller openly acknowledges that the bike could use some love, but also notes that if you appreciate the gritty, unfinished, garage-built look, you can keep it exactly as it is. Many riders today prefer a raw metal or distressed finish because it fits the authentic chopper style, a style born from home garages, not polished showrooms. This Sportster chopper is not beginner-friendly, and the seller makes that very clear. There is no front brake, which dramatically changes stopping distances and requires experienced throttle and brake control. Additionally, the rigid no-suspension rear means the bike communicates every bump directly to the rider. These characteristics aren't flaws, they are deliberate design choices that reflect what a real chopper is: simple, stripped down, and unapologetically mechanical. Choppers have quirks by design. Hardtail frames require careful throttle control on uneven surfaces. Wide glide forks change the turning radius. Lack of front braking demands rider familiarity. But for riders who understand and appreciate this style, these elements create a unique riding experience that modern bikes cannot replicate. This is motorcycling in its most primal form. While the listing shows 123,456 miles, the seller clarifies that the actual mileage is unknown, typical for custom builds where frames, engines, and drivetrains come from different donor sources. What matters more is the current mechanical condition, which the seller describes as healthy, fresh, and ready to ride. The white tank, blacked-out components, and long fork geometry create a visually bold machine that stands out on any street. Whether you're cruising through San Clemente, parking at a bike night, or heading out to PCH for a weekend ride, this chopper has the presence and personality that define custom Harley culture. Located in San Clemente, California, this bike sits in one of the best riding regions in the state: coastal roads, warm weather, and a strong community of custom motorcycle enthusiasts. Choppers thrive in Southern California, where the environment is perfect for weekend cruising, and riders appreciate the heritage of stripped-down Harley craftsmanship. At $4,000, this Sportster chopper is priced attractively for what it offers: a fresh starter, fresh service, solid mechanical condition, a reputable Paco frame, a strong Evo 1200 engine, and the unmistakable stance of a real custom hardtail. For riders seeking an affordable, classic chopper platform with authentic garage-built character, this bike delivers strong value. The 1994 Harley-Davidson Sportster 1200 chopper, for $1,000, San Clemente, California. Rigid frame, wide glide forks, Evo power, a raw, true-to-form custom chopper with attitude and soul.
1994 Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail, listed at $8,000 and located in Gordonsville, Virginia, is a beautiful example of iconic American motorcycle design combined with robust engineering. This white bike with manual transmission has traveled 23,015 miles and carries a legacy of the much celebrated Evolution engine, offering a blend of classic aesthetic and modern reliability. This model, known as the FLH Nostalgia Special, is a limited edition with fewer than 3,000 produced, making a unique collector's item as well as a reliable cruiser. It features a powerful 1,337 cubic centimeters, 81.5 cubic inch, air-cooled four-stroke, 45-degree V-twin engine that produces approximately 58 horsepower at 5,000 revolutions per minute and 71.5 lb-ft. 97 newton meters, of torque at 2,350 revolutions per minute. This engine uses a 38mm key-in carburetor and an 8.5:1 compression ratio, delivering smooth throttle response and satisfying power delivery for both city and highway riding. The chassis comprises a steel double cradle frame that is robust and designed for touring comfort. Front suspension is telescopic fork style, while the rear suspension utilizes dual shocks to maintain a balance of ride comfort and handling precision. Braking is handled by single 292mm disc brakes equipped with 4-piston calipers at both front and rear wheels, ensuring excellent stopping power and rider confidence. At 698.9 pounds, 317 kilograms, the Heritage Softail Klasik offers a sturdy yet manageable ride, complemented by 140/90 16 tires front and rear for stable grip and classic cruiser styling. The seat height of 26.5 inches, 673 millimeters, makes this bike accessible to a broad range of riders, allowing for comfort during long-distance rides or casual cruising. This particular bike includes a Kuno Road Thunder soundbar by MTX, enhancing the riding experience with high-quality audio entertainment. The seller praises the bike's sound and performance, describing it as the one they always pick to ride among their collection. Visually, the Heritage Softail maintains a clean and classic look with white paint complemented by tasteful striping and chrome accents. Its factory styling combined with commodity features like large saddlebags, a comfortable dual seat, and a detachable windshield equips this motorcycle for cruise-worthy comfort and style. Offered with a clean title and described as running well with great sound, this Heritage Softail holds appeal for riders and collectors alike. Its combination of limited production, proven evolution powertrain, and tasteful upgrades makes it a rewarding choice for Harley enthusiasts who desire both authenticity and rideability. In conclusion, the 1994 Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail, available in Gordonsville, Virginia for $8,000, is more than just a motorcycle. It's a symbol of Harley-Davidson's enduring craftsmanship and American motorcycling tradition. Its powerful engine, comfortable touring setup, and limited edition status make a unique and valuable choice for riders seeking a classic cruiser that performs beautifully while turning heads on every ride.